Good morning, everyone. This morning when I woke up, I had a thought to myself, isn't it funny now, the things that are important to me, now I'm a one percenter, I'm also retired, versus when I first started out, I don't know how old I was, when did you get out of college, 22, whatever. Okay. So what I want to tell you, younger people, and I guess it's because I have younger kids, so I'm always looking at this, is the things you think are necessary to climb the ladder, and I would say there's sort of 3-rung ladder. So you're starting out without a lot of what you would call maybe prizes of wealth. So maybe, for women, it's purses and getting your nails done all the time and your hair done, and you're taking trips with your boyfriends and you're going out to dinners. All those prizes of starting to make money and that you get to make decisions on. And all those things you think, wow, they're important because I want to show everyone I'm successful. And that will get you in because other people will notice, and they do notice. And there's people that are also trying to become wealthy, and you'll know them because you'll look and you'll see them trying to impress people like you're trying to impress people. And at that stage, some of those people have stuff that isn't indicative of their skill set. In other words, you may get a fancy purse. I'm going to tell you the girl side. You may get a fancy purse from a boyfriend. It doesn't mean that you're skillful in earning money, but it might earn you the right to be invited to by somebody else to a business dinner that you didn't get, and you wouldn't have gotten invited to if you weren't able to look the part. So that's a beginner step. The next step, I think, is when you earn enough money and you start to learn, oh, okay, it's more important who I get access to than carrying around a briefcase or flying in a private jet, or maybe joining the most expensive country club, etc., etc. What's more important in that middle phase is the brain power of others who have already stepped up the ladder, and especially if it's a one percenter. The people, one percenters mean they have more money than 99% of the world. And their brain power, they've learned how to make the money. And right now, you're going to have to differentiate, not like when I started, but there's a lot of 99 percenters that have gotten lucky. And maybe they bought Bitcoin and what the heck, they tried it and they just got lucky. And during my generation, people figured out how to build businesses and things. So that second rung, you need to make sure you keep developing your knowledge and your education. You want to learn, you want to ask questions, you don't want to impress people as much as you want to learn from them. You also want to keep your mouth quiet more often than not. And I found when I did it, the older business people, women, men, were invaluable. And as you would hunt for the best lawyers or the best bankers or maybe supply access that if you have a business and you need certain supplies, etc., they've already figured all that out. And one phone call from them to say, let me introduce you to this new kid I met. He's really fabulous and he's working hard. He's got the right attitude. That makes a huge, huge difference. So that's the middle rung. You're starting to build your wealth and you're not wasting it. You're focusing it on building your business and learning. Big, big thing. Then you start and you do, maybe you have one business and it starts out okay, but after a while it doesn't work, or then you get two businesses, or then you buy some real estate, or maybe you buy, well, in these times, maybe some metal, although metal's already up a lot. Silver's up, I don't know, from a couple years ago, 175%. But you learn to accumulate wealth. And when you get to that phase, you finally figure out, I don't need to impress anyone. I want to be happy. What makes you happy? And it's not necessarily yachts, but it could be yachts. It could be that you're able to golf all the time. It could be that you love jogging every morning. So you have to make sure that you get a secretary to help you have the free time, because you're also running businesses. So you go from being like a sole producer in the middle phase, you're the one producing all the results, to knowing how to build a team so that you become a manager of the results and the people in your life. And some building plans require more teamwork than other plans do require. So I was very lucky. I had a lot of triple net properties, and I didn't need a lot of people to help me out back then. Now I'm getting older, and I would like to, I need to refresh my lawyers and other helpers. All right, this is the Abundance Oracle. It's just a thought as I woke up this morning how different it was for me at this age and abundant than when I started out. I still get up between 4:30, 5:30 in the morning because it's self-discipline. You have to develop self-discipline and education. Educate and learn how to skills. I think that there's going to be a lot of opportunity coming up for people to develop things that was difficult to get into before. I read a book way back, probably 20, 30 years ago, that said skills and knowledge, it goes in cycles. So right now you'll see people that have more opportunity because of their manual skill sets are starting businesses, and they're going to top some of those people that were considered brainiacs, because a lot of the brainiacs were using other people's knowledge, research, etc., not their own. All right, this is the Abundance Oracle, just gabbing. Sorry, you know me. I love you all, and make 2026 count. If there's any questions you have, please write it below, and any topics you want me to cover, especially things having to do with the beach. You know I love the beach, so you gotta have the fun alongside of the working. Okay, see you later.